to DrugTalk, the remedy that brings you closer to the science of drugs and the stories that hold their secrets.
All right, so get this. Today, we're diving into the world of GLP-1.
And wow, let me tell you.
The research you sent over is really something.
It's buzzing.
We're talking weight loss,
Diabetes reversal.
maybe even breakthroughs for Parkinson's and Alzheimer's.
That's potential with a capital P.
It certainly is.
But you know us.
We gotta cut through the hype.
Of course, of course.
You're here for the real science and what it means for you, so let's get to it.
Exactly. There's a lot of excitement surrounding GLP-1, but understanding the science behind the headlines is, well, it's crucial.
You got that right.
So first things first.
What is GLP-1?
Is this something we all have naturally?
Absolutely. GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1.
It's a hormone produced in your gut, and it plays a critical role in regulating your blood sugar after you eat.
Okay, so it's like our body's built-in system for keeping those sugar levels in check.
Precisely. After a meal, GLP-1 tells your pancreas, hey, we need some insulin here to process this food,
It also slows down how quickly your stomach empties,
which keeps you feeling full and satisfied for longer.
and even signals your brain to reduce those hunger pangs.
Hold on, it talks to the brain too.
This hormone is multitasking.
No wonder it's caught the attention of researchers looking at things like weight loss.
It's true. GLP-1's influence, well, it extends beyond blood sugar control.
And it's fascinating, actually.
The journey of how we discovered.
And harnessed the power of GLP-1 for medical treatments.
It started in a pretty unexpected place.
The saliva of Gila monsters.
Okay, you've definitely got my attention now.
Gila monsters.
Those venomous lizards from the American Southwest.
What in the world do they have to do with any of this?
You'd be surprised. Back in 1992, a researcher named Dr. John Eng was studying Gila monsters and their unusual eating habits,
They're known for eating massive meals, sometimes up to a third of their body weight.
but very infrequently.
Dr. Eng wanted to understand how they manage their blood sugar after these huge feasts.
Makes sense. Talk about a sugar rush.
What did he find?
Well, he discovered a compound in their saliva called exendin-4,
Turns out it's incredibly similar to human GLP-1.
but even more potent in its effects on blood sugar.
So are you telling me that lizard spit held the key to a potential diabetes breakthrough?
It did. That discovery was a turning point.
It led to the development of exenatide, the very first GLP-1-based drug for diabetes, also known as Byetta.
Wow, talk about a surprising source for medical innovation.
Who knew Gila monsters were holding out on us like that?
But you mentioned this is just the tip of the iceberg.
GLP-1's potential stretches far beyond just blood sugar control, right?
So we've gone from lizard spit to groundbreaking diabetes treatments.
You mentioned earlier that GLP-1's influence, it stretches beyond just blood sugar.
That's right.
What else is this hormone capable of?
You're right. It's not just about blood sugar.
What's fascinating is that GLP-1 interacts with receptors throughout the body.
Not just in the pancreas.
We're talking about the brain, heart, liver.
Even bones and muscles.
Wow, that's a pretty impressive reach.
It's like GLP-1 has a direct line to every system in the body.
What's the impact of all these interactions?
It's still an area of active research.
But we're uncovering more and more about its diverse effects.
Okay.
For example,
Remember how GLP-1 can signal the brain to reduce appetite?
yeah,
Research suggests it might also play a role in protecting brain cells from damage.
which could have significant implications for neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
That's incredible.
It's like this one hormone is a key player in multiple areas of health.
It really is.
But how does it manage to do so much?
How does it know which signals to send to which part of the body?
It all comes down to how GLP-1 interacts with its receptors.
Which act like doorways into cells.
When GLP-1 binds to a receptor, it triggers a series of specific actions within the cell.
Guiding its behavior.
So GLP-1 is like a personalized messenger.
Delivering specific instructions to different parts of the body.
Exactly.
In the pancreas, these instructions lead to increased insulin release and decreased glucagon release.
Ultimately regulating blood sugar levels.
In the brain, GLP-1's instructions may focus on reducing inflammation or protecting neurons.
And in the heart, It could improve blood flow and offer protection from damage.
Its versatility is truly remarkable.
It sounds like GLP-1 is conducting a whole symphony of activity within the body.
Now, it's crucial to remember that these are animal studies, and more research is needed to confirm if the same effects translate to humans. But the potential is certainly exciting. Let's shift gears a bit to the clinical trials you mentioned.
Okay.
What are some of the most promising results we're seeing with these new GLP-1 drugs?
Particularly in weight loss.
The results, particularly from recent trials on weight loss, have been, well, quite remarkable.
You've probably heard of semaglutide?
Marketed under the brand names Ozempic and Wegovy.
I have heard of those.
They've been generating a lot of buzz.
What kind of weight loss are we talking about here?
In the STEP trials, for instance.
Participants with obesity who were given semaglutide
Lost, on average, 15% of their body weight over 68 weeks.
Compare that to the placebo group, who only lost about 2.4%.
15%.
That's a significant difference.
Are there other potential benefits being investigated besides weight loss?
Yes, and those results are very encouraging.
The SELECT trial, which is ongoing,
Is examining semaglutide's potential to reduce the risk of major cardiovascular events,
such as heart attack and stroke.
particularly in individuals who are overweight or obese.
Early data suggests it could have substantial benefits in this area,
So we're potentially looking at a treatment that could address not only weight loss.
but also some of the most pressing health concerns like heart disease.
This is pretty exciting stuff.
It is.
But with all new medical advancements,
I imagine there's always more to the story.
you're right. It's crucial to approach new medical discoveries with balanced enthusiasm.
While the initial results are promising, we must acknowledge that long-term effects are still being studied.
It's important to have the full picture.
It's like, we're working with an incomplete puzzle, right?
We see these amazing potential benefits.
What? Yeah.
We need all the pieces to understand the whole picture.
Right.
What about side effects?
Are there any concerns there with GLP-1 drugs?
That's an important point to consider.
The most commonly reported side effects with GLP-1 drugs
Are related to digestion,
things like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea,
usually mild.
and they tend to decrease over time as the body adjusts.
So not major risks.
But yeah, potentially uncomfortable, especially in the beginning. Are there other areas of GLP-1 research that you find particularly intriguing?
Oh, there are so many exciting avenues being explored.
Researchers are investigating its potential for treating a range of conditions.
From fatty liver disease and kidney disease,
To even, believe it or not.
addiction and autism.
Really?
The breadth of its potential applications is truly remarkable.
It's amazing to think that one hormone could have such wide-ranging effects.
What is it about GLP-1?
That makes it so impactful across different systems in the body.
You used the phrase metabolic pathways earlier.
Could you elaborate on that a little?
Of course. Think of metabolic pathways as
As intricate networks of processes.
happening in your body constantly.
These processes convert food into energy, build and repair tissues, break down waste products.
Essentially, everything required for your body to function.
GLP-1 appears to influence several of these pathways.
Helping to,
I fine-tune the entire system.
So it's less about targeting one specific disease.
And more about kind of optimizing the way our body operates.
It's like a fundamental level.
Exactly.
It's about shifting from a disease-focused approach to a more holistic one.
Focusing on overall metabolic health.
That makes a lot of sense.
What does it mean to have good metabolic health?
And how does GLP-1 fit into that picture?
Okay, so metabolic health.
It refers to how effectively your body processes and utilizes energy.
It's about maintaining healthy blood sugar levels,
Healthy weight.
healthy blood pressure, and cholesterol levels.
All those factors that contribute to overall well-being
And, of course,
lower the risk of chronic diseases.
GLP-1, with its ability to influence these different aspects of metabolism.
Could be a key player in improving metabolic health on a broader scale.
That's a powerful concept.
So instead of just managing individual diseases
We could potentially address the root causes of many health problems.
through metabolic health.
Right, preventing the fire rather than just putting it out each time.
Precisely.
And that's what makes this area of research so compelling.
It holds the promise of shifting our approach to healthcare.
From treatment to prevention.
This has been a fascinating deep dive.
We've covered a lot of ground, from lizard spit
To groundbreaking diabetes medications, potential brain protection, and even the future of metabolic health.
It's pretty amazing.
It's clear that GLP-1 is more than just a hormone.
It's a catalyst for change.
In how we understand and approach health and disease.
I agree.
It's a testament to the power of scientific curiosity.
And the incredible potential hidden within the natural world.
The more we learn about GLP-1,
The more we realize there's still so much more to discover.
and that's the beauty of science, isn't it?
It's a journey of continuous exploration.
It really is.
Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of GLP-1.
It's been an absolute pleasure picking your brain on this fascinating topic.
The pleasure was all mine.
It's always exciting to discuss such a promising area of research.
To everyone listening,
We encourage you to stay curious.
and keep exploring the ever-evolving world of science and health.
Until next time.
This was Drug Talk, the remedy that brings you closer to the science of drugs and the stories that hold their secrets. Produced and edited by Dr. Nicholas Dietis.